Isagi yoichi. This man is literally a menace. And by that I mean he's not a good person, actually far from that. While this 5'9" teenager is supposedly innocent of the field, once on the field he becomes the last person you'll ever want as your enemy. And that is whether you're on the same team or on the opposite team. Anybody can get it. And while some would say that some of these were deserved, you have other cases like standing over and staring down a 15-year-old kid after crushing his dreams and enjoying that feeling. I mean, I would enjoy it too if I scored the same goal at the time. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the Kaiser case. Because yeah, he doesn't even have to be better than you or to beat you to violate you. You know when you're not worried about somebody because you're so much better than him? You can't even do that with him right there. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, but only if you enjoy though. Let's get into it. So first, we need to have a little backstory. Ever since the beginning of the Neo Egoist League, Isagi has been getting bullied by somebody named Kaiser. Kaiser, who is basically the best German U20 player. All Kaiser did was call him a foolish clown and somebody that he was going to humiliate. Somebody that was going to be an obstacle in his life, but an obstacle that he was going to crush. Or let's just say it was supposed to be, because after what Isagi did to him, Kaiser completely stopped smiling. That Joker smirk he always had on his face completely disappeared, and you know who that smile went to? Isagi. So at the beginning, even though Isagi hated Kaiser, the main thing he had towards him was admiration. Let's just say Isagi was glazing, talking about he's the team philosophy himself. Or again, when I think about the ideal striker I want to be, Kaiser even surpasses that. You know, like some regular glazing cases, that happens to everybody. Not to me though, just everybody else. But the first time Isagi got to play with him, he didn't really do too much because the first thing he did was make a bad decision, and the second one was simply passing the ball to somebody else instead of Kaiser. And on that team, you don't have the right to do that. All you can do is pass the ball to Kaiser and let him score. Yes, everybody glazes Kaiser in this anime, in case you didn't know already. But Isagi passing the ball to somebody else was like a sign of disrespect to the whole team's philosophy. But since Kunigami got the job done, there's nothing he can complain about. Kaiser wasn't even mad at that, all he did was finding it entertaining because it was more challenge for him. But after that, Kaiser kept talking his regular shit and kept being his regular self. Until the next game actually came. And in that whole game, that lasted like 50 chapters by the way, and during this long ass game, Kaiser had that same Joker smile he always had on his face. Kept showing why he's basically the best and dominating everybody, teammates included. He started by scoring a majestic goal and pissing on the whole opposite team defense. He mocked Isagi after his goal got stolen by another teammate, basically telling him that the only thing he can do is assist because he's not on his level. And even playing good defense and doing everything else during the game. Kaiser was cooking, I can't even lie about this. But Isagi started the game in a very mediocre way, having Ryo taking the ball from him with no effort just because his physical is very trash, or even him and two other teammates getting cooked by Chigiri when the game started. But somewhere in the middle of that game, Isagi gets to copying Kaiser's movements, and that is when everything changed. Isagi started cooking everybody when it came to defending. I thought he wanted to be a striker, but he's just turned straight into a full-time defender. An elite defender at that. This man had better feats than actual defenders. But on top of that, he actually managed to find a way to score. And basically, Kaiser realized that he latched onto something and that he got better. As Isagi is about to score, Kaiser stands in his way, tells him, well, excuse me? Which I don't know why, I still find it hilarious to this day. Basically telling him, welcome to my dimension. Saying that, I can already see whatever you're saying. Like I was there before you got there type shit. But Isagi managed to find a way to shoot it between his legs, and while it wasn't guaranteed that he was going to score, Kunigami confirmed it, but at the same time stealing Isagi's goal. Isagi got so mad he told Kunigami to go fuck himself, and he told Kaiser that he might kill him even if that's the last thing he does. Yeah, this is getting pretty serious for a football game, but that ain't none of my business. Then even though Kaiser knows that he was going to score normally, he doesn't care, he still mocks him because in the end he didn't score. Even though it took one of his teammates standing in his way and another teammate stealing the goal. But you know, Kaiser is a smart guy, so he's going to find a way to get to you anyway. And it worked. But then we fast forward towards the end of the game. Isagi is remembering everything that Kaiser told him, telling him that all he could do was assist and that he was good for nothing. Telling him that everybody else was spectators and that Isagi was the foolish clown in Kaiser's story that he just had to humiliate. This man just remembered everything, just getting ready for his revenge. And now, the great Noah got on the field. That's the word number 1. He said he was going to side with whoever was the more rational. Which is crazy because he sided with Isagi. Because Kaiser is usually viewed as the image of rationality. His goal scoring ability simply makes him the strategy. It makes him rationality itself. And this rational man, this supposedly alpha male, completely changed and started doing irrational things when he was playing with Isagi. So of course Noah chose Isagi, and that was the beginning of Kaiser's downfall. Because not only Noah assisted Isagi the whole time, Kaiser tried to get on Isagi and tell him, "You're not going any further, you shitty clown." And his own coach tells him, "You are the shitty clown, nigga, shut up." Isagi ends up being in front of the goal a second time, ready to score. Walex fucking kills me part 2, is what Kaiser said. And not only getting in his way like the first time, this one is completely grabbing him, making sure that he can hold him down and force him not to shoot that ball. Isagi is forced to pass the ball again, but even before the end of the play, Isagi basically said, "Unhand me," then grabs Kaiser by his shirt, looks at him in the eyes and tells him, "How does it feel to be the clown of my story? Right now there's nothing you can do about it. This goal is going to be scored because of me, and you have to watch. There's nothing you can do." And even before the shot was taken, meaning that if somehow Rio managed to block that shot, Isagi would have looked stupid. But he sure took that risk just to destroy Kaiser's ego. After those events, Kaiser started respecting Isagi, which is fine. But the crazy part is he never smiled again. And even if you wanna call this a smile, that's a smile of frustration. That is not Kaiser being happy or his Joker smile that he usually has. The thing is, before going into any game, Kaiser is always smiling, always happy, basically knowing that he's going to do his thing. The game that came after, Kaiser was completely serious. You can feel the sadness in his eyes. And Isagi still lives rent-free in his head because even after he scored the super goal, basically beating 4 defenders and the goalkeeper at once, he still can't accept that because it was just because of Isagi's pass that it happened. Which makes it even more hilarious because you know old Kaiser would have stolen Isagi's goal with no problems. But now it just doesn't feel the same for him. And that is basically what Isagi does. The more you call him something, like Baro calling him a retard or Kaiser calling him a clown, the more anger he builds up, until he gets to the point where he gets to call you that. But when he does, it doesn't feel the same, because the circumstances in which he says it are insane. Basically making sure that you will never live this down. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, but only if you enjoyed this video. And I shall see you all next time. Peace.